Hey everyone, welcome back to New Kevin's Kreations here on Geektopia Island. I'm Kevin.
I'm Cardwell.
And today we're going to be going over the deck that we had in the last deck roll, which we like to call Touched by an Angel. It's flashback to the old TV show too, you know?
Yeah, of course, as well.
And this deck is actually super strong for what it can do. And it is a tribal deck, so, it's in the name, man.
Yeah.
You know, angels. But the ruler we chose for this one is Brunhild. She's just super strong.
And the runes are ridiculously strong.
Yeah. Brunhild's super good, and she's essentially an angel herself, even though she's really not. She's a Valkyrie.
Yeah.
It's close enough.
Yeah.
So without any further ado, we'll get into it. So Brunhild. She's the ruler, Divinity 10, Judgments for 2 white and 2, and Energize for a white. Pretty simple. 12/12 flyer when she Judgments. Sweet.
That's pretty good.
And then she's still got Divinity 10, and then when she enters the field, you get to bring a Resonator from your graveyard back to the field. So you essentially want to do that once you've had one of your dudes die that you need back, or that you just want to get more pressure on the board. Because that's what she does. She fills your board back up. She's like, hey, we're back to fighting some more. So
yeah,
she's just so good.
So for 4, you get a 12/12 flyer and more power on the board.
Yeah, and in this deck, you have the ability and the chance to get another 12/12 flyer, so you can essentially have 24 flying just for 4 mana, which is insane. And another 12/12 brings in more dudes, but that's with the Resonators.
Angel Chain.
Yeah. But to start out with this, we're going to go over her runes that we decided for this deck, and they're pretty simple.
Yeah.
First off, this is one of the higher ones, Karmic Reversal. It's Divinity 3. And it costs a white and 1, and it's got Quick Cast. And if damage will be dealt to target Resonator you control, it's dealt to your opponent instead.
Which is extremely strong.
Oh, sorry, to target J/Resonator you control. So you can even choose it on Brunhild. So if they swing in with like a precision dude, you're just like, prevent all that damage and it goes to your face. Thanks. She doesn't die, or...
Yeah. Be like, oh, you're swinging big while I have a little blocker. Okay, prevent all damage. Yeah. Enjoy that.
It's silly because this card can actually kill them if they're not paying attention. You just get that one chance where you're like, oh, you're hitting that thing for 12? You take 12.
Yeah.
And you get to die now. It's silly what that card can do.
And the fact that's in the Rune Deck, because then you do it anytime you need to.
Yeah, you'll always have it.
Yeah.
The next one we have is also Divinity 3, and in my opinion, it's one of the most powerful runes there is right now. And it is Ring of Legend. It's 1 white quick cast, Divinity 3. Target J/Resonator gains Eternal until the end of turn. That's just so good.
That's good.
There's nothing else really that it can do, but just... It changes so much of the game. Because you always have a get out of jail free card, honestly. You're like, oh, you're going to kill this dude? No. Don't kill this dude.
For 1 light, it's like ridiculous.
Yeah. The next one we have is also one of the best runes in white, and that's Odin's Judgment. It is her master rune, and it is 2 white and 1 for Divinity 2. Destroy all Resonators, and you can only play it as long as Brunhild is your ruler.
Yeah. Yeah. That seems fair.
Yeah, that's fair, but for 3 mana, I get to kill the board.
Mm-hmm.
I get to reset everything. That's super good. And in this deck, it helps out a lot because you have a way to prevent your dudes from dying and still kill all of their dudes.
Yeah.
Which is insane.
If anything, your dudes will rebuild with the other dudes when you play them, so.
Yeah. The next one we have is Whispers of an Angel. It goes with the deck.
Yeah.
But it is 3 mana, quick cast, Divinity 2, and you may pay 2 less to play this card as long as it's a rune. Or in the rune area. And you gain 800 life and you draw a card. So for 1 mana, you get to gain 8 and draw a card. That's the epitome of Value City.
Yeah.
I'm going to gain some life, draw a card for 1 mana as an instant.
Almost 1/4 of your life. Just turn 1. Oh, I'm better than you, pretty much.
Yeah, and you get all the advantage that you really want for that.
Mm-hmm.
And the final rune that we have is Blessing of the Sun, and it is 2 white, Divinity 2. It is a chant rune, and you may pay 1 white less to play this from your chant area, or from your rune area. And it essentially gives your J Resonators +2/+2, and they have an ability at the end of turn, untap this dude. So each of your dudes gets the ability to swing in and then untap at the end of turn.
Preventing them just to blow you out with just killing all your dudes.
Yeah.
First strike or whatever.
Yeah, so essentially it means they can't just crack back at all your dudes. They have to have precision to do that.
Yeah. Because when you agree, there's always points where you're like, if you can alpha strike, They won't block because they won't die, but they can kill you on the crackback. Then you can always...
Yeah, and this Blessing of the Sun gives you the ability to attack and then to block.
Yeah.
Which makes it so strong. It's so good. The only problem with our runes is they do equal 11, so you can only ever have 4 of them, but they're all good in their own right, and when you need them, you need them.
Yeah.
So we chose to take the extra ability over having full divinity. So, I mean, you're only ever going to get to 9, but it's okay.
Yeah, and there's only one card that really takes effect of that. So
yeah, and that's really it as far as her runes, and they're strong and they're fun. But we'll delve into the creatures and see what we got.
All right, of course, the first angel here is Aratron, Angel of Knowledge. 1 white, 2/2, flying, of course. Has an inner ability. Look at the top 4 cards of your deck. You may reveal an Angel Resonator from among them and put them in the hand, and then the rest at the bottom in random order. Just get you another dude.
It's a 1 mana flyer that gets you more dudes.
Yeah.
I don't really know what's wrong with that. You're playing tribal, so you're almost always going to hit an angel in 4 cards, so it's not really a big deal. It's so strong.
And one of our favorites is the next one is Angel of Hope. Of course, it's a 2/3 for 1 flying Drain, which is awesome. Drain is whenever it does combat damage, you gain that much life. Whenever you do Judgment a Ruler, invert this card. But first, whenever you gain life, put a 1/1 counter on this card. If you saw with the Brawl, the fact of how much life you can gain instantly and just have a huge swing is ridiculous.
Yeah.
Now, whenever you do invert this, it becomes the Angel of Despair. It's a 4/5 flying, plus it keeps all the counters that it has on it. When this card inverts, destroy target Resonator if it has a 1/1 counter on it. So it's a kill spell when you flip.
Yeah. So the turn you Judgment, you get more value out of your Judgment than you already do by getting to kill a dude.
Yep.
Angel of Hope is just a really good target. Like, if she doesn't get answered quickly, she can easily take the game into her favor real fast.
Agreed. Especially if you can go turn 1 energize and white and pop 2 down, and then you're just going for it.
Yeah, it's silly.
The next angel, Bethor, the Angel of Treasure. It's a 5/5 for 2 flying, so that's good. The fact that all of these have flying,
it's so good.
It's just amazing.
So strong.
When this card is put in the graveyard from the field, draw a card.
I mean, it's a 2-drop flyer that can block everything you need it to, and when it dies, you get more value. It replaces itself. It's a 2-mana dude that's a cantrip. I'll take it.
Now, of course, Kevin, why is this non-angel in here?
Alright, so we do have one non-angel, but he is a beast.
Yes.
I didn't really, think he was going to be as good as he is, but I played him and I was like, God, this dude is amazing. So Siegfried, the 100 Years Hero.
Yeah.
He's 3 mana, 2 white and 1 for an 8/8. And then he's got Rune 2 white, and that is if you control 2 white runes already up, facing up, he gets this extra ability, which is prevent 200 damage dealt to him.
Which is very... It matters. It matters for sure.
Yeah. And then he's got Rune 4 white, which as long as you have 4 white runes revealed, or 4 runes in your rune area revealed, he gets this ability, which is +2/+2 and Barrier Chant. So, awesome.
Yeah.
He already gets bigger, and he already prevents damage when you have 4 runes up. So, it's what's wrong with a 10/10 that can only be dealt with 12 damage, or be killed by 12 damage.
Yeah, exactly.
Seems strong. And his final ability is Awakening 3. Enters, you may search your deck for a card named Balmung and put it into your hand. And that's essentially what it is. He gets to awaken that and gets to go get his spell, which we'll go over that real quick.
Yeah, and with Balmung, it's 2 white and 2, but of course you can get to cast them for free. Destroy all rested Resonators.
Yeah.
Seems pretty hot.
Yeah, so you're automatically able to go get a Balmung with the Awakening if you have if you pay the 6 for it. But, I mean, if you need to, you need to, but usually you're just going to pay this dude for 3 and have him either prevent 200 damage until he gets bigger to just keep getting in there.
And with the runes that we already talked about, it's quite easy to do that.
Yeah, it's pretty simple. Once you know that you're going that route, if you see him in your hand, you're going to start going and getting your runes out there. If you did go watch our video, you saw in one of our games that I knew he was in my hand and I wanted him out early to prevent damage. So I played Whispers of an Angel and Blessing of the Sun really, really early just to get him flipped. I mean, I didn't get as much value out of Blessing as I could, but I wanted the dude flipped so I could have it.
It was a advanced move because it still trumped me at that point.
Yeah. The next angel we got is Phaleg, the Angel of War, and she's a 3-drop quick cast, 8/8 with flying and first strike. That's really all she does, but that's all you needed to do, because there's so many times you're just like, end of your turn, flash this dude into play, or it's an 8/8 that blocks everything.
Yeah.
Because 8 in this format is really strong because it can block pretty much everything you need it to.
And flying, of course.
I mean, yeah, it's got flying.
Mm-hmm. And of course, the next one is Phul, the Administrator of the Moon. 2 white, 2. It's a 10/10 flying for 4. Sounds good.
Yeah.
When this card gains +2/+2 and barrier during your opponent's turn. And that's just silly.
Yeah. If you got to see the deck brawl, you saw this dude do some work. She just does a lot for you, because on their turn she's a 12/12 with barrier. Don't look at me. Don't target me.
Yeah.
Thanks. And then if you have another enchantment on your plate or addition on your field, then she can't really die on your turn either. And it's just super hard to... Once she hits play, she's super hard to get off the board. That's her purpose in the deck. She's very sticky.
And the fact that, like, not even on their untap phase, you can't just cast a spell and kill her to have free mana. You have to waste mana or stones on their turn. Yeah. Which, you know, is always... I don't know, putting your opponent on pressure for that. Yeah. And you know, if they haven't flipped the rune yet, that they have Eternal. So, like...
So after they've had to waste their mana on their turn to kill her, you're just like, cool, she's good Eternal. Yeah. Thanks. I don't care. The next angel we have is Haggith, Angel of the Armory. Yeah. She's 4 mana for a 7/9 flyer, and she enters the field, you search your deck for an addition and put it in your hand. So essentially she goes and gets one of the 2 additions we have, and they both are really strong for what they do. And that's really all she's there for.
Yeah. And it's good enough for just a 1-of.
Yeah. And the final angel that we have is Ophiel, the Angel of Guidance. She's 5 for a 12/12 flyer. Awesome. And then so you search your deck for an angel not named Ophiel with total cost X or less, where X is the number of light runes you have revealed in your ruined area. So at max, you're going to get 4. So X or less, which is 4 or less, essentially. Yeah. And... in this deck, 4 or less gets everything except Siegfried, because Siegfried's not an angel. Yeah. But that's okay, because she's 5 mana. Go get another dude, and put that dude into play.
Which is just
And like I was saying with Brunhild, if you flip Brunhild, you get Ophiel back. She goes and gets another angel, so you get so much power. Yeah. On Judgment turn.
The value of this deck is not in cards necessarily, but in power on the field.
Yeah, because it can happen real fast.
Oh, yeah.
And we have a lot of spells that supplement that, and we'll go into those.
Which is Classic Edition, Flourishing Hope. 1 white, quick cast. Target J Resonators gains. This card cannot be destroyed, so Eternal. And then remove this card, and then invert it. Becomes Burgeoning Despair. Black and 2. Of course, we have the stones to be able to cast it. And quick cast for 3. Play this card only from the removed area. Target player banishes 2 Resonators.
If you've been watching our videos for a while, you know that we at this channel love that card. Yeah. The card is insane.
Insanely strong.
I'll never not play it if I'm playing white, because, I mean, it's too good to be like, my dude can die. Yeah. It causes so much grief in your opponent because they don't know how to deal with that dude. Because they're already wasting their spells to get rid of that dude. And if you make it to where they can't, then they're just kind of like, well, I don't know what to do now.
Yeah, especially when you're like, Rune Eternal. Okay, cool. Next turn trying to do this. You're like Flourishing Hope, and you're just like, oh!
Yeah, it's very frustrating to deal with Flourishing Hope.
Extremely. And also one that I found is super frustrating. Spear of the Valkyries. Go ahead and tell us why.
Spear of the Valkyries is one of my new favorite cards. It's a white and 1 quick cast, and it is a chant rune, so you can put it in your rune area, but it costs more in your rune area. We don't want it to cost more.
It costs 4 altogether.
Yeah, if you're in your rune area. So we play for 2, but essentially it says the highest powered resonator, J/resonator you control, deals its damage to target thing. Yeah. And you gain life as long as you control a Valkyrie. Which, Brunhild's always a Valkyrie, so she's always going to give you life. And it's just silly. It's so strong, because it just shoots... your dude shoots their dude. You're just like, hey, that dude dies. And I'm going to gain 10 life, or 9 life, or 8 life, whatever. Yeah. In this deck, you're at least always going to gain like 8, 9, 8, 10, or 12 life. Because that's what your dudes are going to do.
And... And that's, the good old life buffer is amazing.
Yeah, it's a pretty good chunk of life that you gain from that card.
And you don't have to trade off your guy for it either.
Yeah, that's the best part is it's just your dude deals the damage to them. They don't get to fight back. They just die.
With that to help with the damage is Moonlight Paradise. It's a 1 and a white edition. Angels you control get +2/+2.
So I'm already playing 10/10 flyers. Let's make them 12/12 flyers.
Hey, good old
why not?
Edition lords.
Yeah.
Lords.
I mean, it's good. And with Haggith, you can go get one and just be like, hey, here's another one.
That's one of the editions.
And the other edition we have is 2 of them, Country of the Sun Minerva. Mm-hmm. And it is a 1 white and 1. Crew Resonators you control gain Eternal during your turn. So the 4-drop Angel that gains Barrier on their turn, it has Eternal on your turn. It's just super hard. That makes her even harder to kill.
Yeah.
Because you're just like, no, stop. Just whatever you're doing, don't do it.
And it's as simple, it sounds so simple, but yeah, it's extremely strong.
Yeah. That card is insane if it gets to be in play, because then you get to throw your little dudes. You can throw like 3 little dudes and 1 big dude and not care.
Yeah, just...
You're like, those dudes, kill that dude, make this dude fight this dude, and I get to live. And it's just, the value from it is insane. I love it.
And it also works with the Master Rune. Which, yeah.
Yeah, that was the other key thing I was talking about the Master Rune is once you have that in play, you pay 3 with Odin's Judgment and you kill their board and your dudes stay alive because your dudes have Eternal.
And then you just swing in for the win.
Yeah, because it says destroy all dudes and your dudes can't be destroyed because of Eternal. Thanks.
Seems like a good combo.
Let's kill all your dudes. The stones are relatively easy. We got 2 light magic stones because we do.
Yeah.
We got 4 magic stone of hope, which is the white-black flippy stone, the inverted stone. It adds white on the front side, and when you judgment a ruler, it turns into magic stone of despair, which adds a white or a black. Yep. And this is how we play burgeoning despair. And the final stone we have is magic stone of faith, and it adds a white. And if you spin this wheel on a human or a Valkyrie, that card can't be canceled. So unfortunately, we only really need it for Siegfried in this.
Yeah.
That's the main reason it's there, to give him uncounterable.
It's that or just run a basic white stone, right? You know,
yeah.
So it's like...
And this does say if it's spent on that thing. It doesn't have to be spent just for those 2. Yeah. It's just if it's on those 2, then those 2 are uncounterable. So. But you can use it to play whatever you want. We do have some other honorable mentions that are good for it. And one of those being Air Valkyrie of Mercy, which is 3 mana for a 6/7. She does not have flying, but that's alright. But you enter play, she comes and puts in a Resonator 2 or less from the graveyard into the battlefield. So essentially, if you don't have Siegfrieds or don't want to use them, you can put her into place and it gets back all your little 2-drops or 1-drops and just gives you so much more value. And with Magic Stone of Faith, she's uncounterable as well. That's the issue with, that's the other card that you can get with Magic Stone of Faith. We also have Oak, I think is her name. Ock. O-C-H. I'm gonna go with Oak.
Ounce? I don't know.
Angel of Clairvoyance. And it's a white and 1 for a 5/6 flyer, and it comes into play 4C1, which is essentially look at the top card or look at the number of 4C and put it on top or bottom.
It works.
So if you don't want to use the 2-drop angels like the Bethor, or if you want to switch it out for come into play and do that, you can. But personally, I like to be able to just keep the card I look at instead of just, or not look at, but just keep the card.
Yeah.
So I like Bethor a little better. But she is another option you can use. We have the Miscalculation, which is one white quick cast, destroy target attacking Resonator, because
it's good.
It's a kill spell.
Yeah, get out of here, aggro.
1 minute, get out of my life. We got Isolate in the board, or in the honorable mentions, because it's your way for this deck to deal with AU, because you have to. Yeah. If you're playing any kind of competitive, you have to be able to deal with AU. And it's 1 white and 1 for quick cast, prevent all damage that will be dealt by target J/Resonator until the end of turn. So after AU gets to go all crazy and do all their stuff, you're like, prevent all damage.
But first, you want to do Karmic, and then they untap and try to do it again, and then you prevent the damage, and you're just like, enjoy that.
Yeah. No.
Yeah.
And the final card in honorable mentions we got is Protection of the Angels, and it is 1 white quick cast, and you can play this card only during your opponent's turn. But it gives target Resonator you control gains +8/+8 and barrier until the end of turn. Players cannot chase at this card. So, whatever angel is a threat to them, you just get the ability to keep it alive more on your turn, or on their turn.
Yeah. And I played against that card, was the ARG. Oh, it's so frustrating. Just be like, you can't do anything. I just saved my dude. Thanks.
And the other card that's really silly on Protection of the Angels is Angel of Hope, because then you gain 10 life, and you're just like, bah, this dude's big.
Yep.
I'm going to gain some life. And it's just really good.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not the best because it has to be played on their turn, but for what it does, it's very, very helpful. But that is it as far as the Touched by an Angel deck goes. It was super fun to play. So if you're looking for something fun to play at your locals, or if you want to try it and get it competitive, you can. This deck is very strong.
Yes.
It's very, very good because all of your dudes fly, which is super hard for most decks to deal with.
It's a very good tempo deck, is what I would like to claim it as.
Yeah. So go ahead and check it out. The deck list will be down below, guys. Thank y'all for joining us here today at Geektopia Island, and y'all have a wonderful day.
Goodbye.
Also, guys, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe to our channel, and if you want to keep up to date on all of our future content, make sure you tap that bell.
And go ahead and check us out on our streams. Don't forget to support us on Patreon. And thank you for staying here on the island.
Later, guys.
Bye.